It is a good day to be a world champion or a former world champion, and we'll see what's going to happen here in this heat. But already we have seen the guns, Long, Baker, Rothman, and Burley advance through. Now we have Nick Lamb, and Nick Lamb is primed for a world title. He's been so close. Cristian Merello, Jamie Mitchell, Rusty Long, and then there we have Oscar Moncada, which is just a phenomenal surfing, and Jimel Corzo, and the surfer that is just 19.
Got a job to do still. I'm in a good position. Let's just call it, and let's get to the beach in one piece. Get ready for more. Look at this.
Look at that, we're splitting the pink, and we're going to keep an eye on our surfer, Jamie Mitchell, and Mitchell is just fantastic here, and his back foot slips off, and he goes down hard, which makes for a difficult fall when you're really not ready for it, and just takes a pounding, a split of the peak. But 39-year-old from the Gold Coast of Australia, now a brand new papa, little baby daughter, Livia. Well, the family is here watching, but he takes an awkward spill.
That was awkward. This is gonna be another situation where he's trying to paddle back out through it all.
He knows how to paddle.
Well, yeah, he is the best paddler in the world. Has been at one point, but that was an awkward exit off of his board right there. There's Corzo on the inside as well. Here's the replay right here. Paddling into it, perfect positioning, gets up, gets on the rail, steps on the gas, flying through the barrel, thing sucks in, goes to push out, and he goes over the little bit of foam which bucked his back foot off, which put him in a weird position, and he got tossed off. Then behind it, that is Corzo on this one, the Mexican surfer going left, and a big frothy section on the inside. Oh, going down, having to take the dive. So where you see that hiccup happen in the wave, that's from the wave before. So we saw that thing kind of bubble up. So for Mitchell, he's in the barrel, he's driving, he's got clear water, comes into, he really does love it down here. He settles right in, basically has a place he rents and calls it home for summertime. And this is why, because there are amazing waves on offer, gets the heart rate up, finds himself, some beautiful open ocean swells. Lifestyle down here is really beautiful. I got a nice slow pace. That's what we heard Moncada talking about. And that's just the point of it. You have to understand the ocean really well to be in the right place at the right time.
I believe it's, could this be Oscar Moncada? Yes. And he takes the drop and looks over his shoulder and sees that left running off, the 32-year-old local boy, seat number 20. And deep in the lineup. Let's see what's going to happen. Right after that comes another wave, so he will probably need some first putting around in the morning show, right? The Dawn Patrol show if you're in Hawaii. And you want to do that because the Hawaiians have been putting on quite the show here with Greg Long, Kai Lenny, and Albie Layer. They opened up, and Albie and Kai Lenny, obviously, the Hawaiians doing real well there. The next heat, well, Grant Baker jumped in. Merello probably would not make it the wave, so he backed out of that one. There's no harm if you catch a wave and take a beating. It's just going to cost you a lot. Deep in the lineup, monster wave. Two surfers decide to back off. And here we go, grabbing rail to start things off. Jamie Mitchell. Mitchell to the bottom, now pulls into the barrel. High line, and that rail gives up a little bit of trouble. Great balance to Jamie Mitchell. What a balancing act, like a Cirque du Soleil. Jamie, incredible. The next wave's even bigger. Who's going to be on this one? And it looks like it's Oscar Moncada or Jimel Corzo. Jimel drops in on that and has to straighten out. And there's one more afterwards, and this is a cleanup set. Here comes the big surf that everybody forecasted, up and over the ledge. Their hearts are pounding, and nobody attempts to get on this one. And look at this massive wave just reel off. How much speed do you need to make a wave like that, Strider? That thing is just freight training down the line.
Wow. I mean, I'm going to take a breath.
Hold on, I did all the talking. Now you're breathing heavy.
I'm going to reset.
Okay.
Watching that set come through, we saw everybody get cleaned up, besides the two surfers who rode the waves, and even they got cleaned up afterward by those waves. Jamie Mitchell, like, there was other guys in position right here. Look at that, like coming off the bottom, finding the rail, actually being in position, then redirecting down out of that, coming over that shock wave, pulling that off. That was just nuts. Look at this, coming into this wave. It's gigantic, grabbing the rail, pulling up off the corner, and then having the confidence to hold your rail through that section, thinking you're gonna get hit in the head or not, then going over that refracting wave that's coming back up. I mean, absolutely amazing surfing by Jamie Mitchell. And then right here, Corzo just having to get in front of it. It's pedal to the metal, down on the front of the board, really getting out in front of it. But back to Jamie. Jamie had to paddle really hard to get that wave, then getting up, angling, timing, and being in the right place at the right time as that wave threw over him. It was so hard to be in that spot. A perfect, look at that score. What's that score say?
I can't count that high, but it looks like it's going to be an amazing 10-point perfect score across the board. In fact, it looked like 2 face plants were coming. He was going to dig his toe side rail in, and he balanced through that, and absolutely gutsy. Just, I don't know. When I flash out Jamie, I flash on his paddling and his one wave in France. That was just a huge wave, but he makes the most of every opportunity. Incredible balance right there, and gets the 10.
The reality is right there, and why I had to catch my breath, because that was one of the best surf waves I saw all day. I'm glad that the judges recognized it out the back. Look at this. Another wave coming in.
Gonna have to straighten out. That's the goofy footer Cristian Merello. And Merello, well, had hopes this would open up, but the waves are just running down the line, firing. And although it looks offshore, it is a slight breeze onshore. Just there's so much water moving. When it hits that sandbank, it's still barreling. So this slight breeze is not changing too much.
And just like we were talking about, you know, getting into these waves, you're getting a little kick now. You're seeing these guys getting in almost early and having to go straight right there. Merello from Chile just getting out in front of it, getting mowed down, you know, getting all that water on the head. He's going to go through the motions to get back out there. I'd like to get back to Jamie Mitchell.
So who's it going to be? Nick Lamb, Cristian Merello, Jamie Mitchell, Jimel Corzo, Oscar Moncada, or Rusty Long? Still waiting for Nick and Rusty, but during the break.
Look at this bomb right here coming in. Big wave for Rusty Long coming off the bottom, trying to grab the rail, pull up into the barrel. Goes over the shock wave, has to straighten out. Oh man, you know, you ride a wave like that, when the visual, you kind of felt like he was going straight, but when you're on the wave, you're doing so many things, you're turning so many times, and your reaction times are just going down, you know, nanoseconds. Got to pull in here, got to go there, got to put my heel edge, toe edge, heel edge, grab the rail, try to get out in front of it. Can I get up into the barrel? It is just to the bottom. We still got spray backs. We've got, you know, solid 15 to 20 foot back surf out here coming in, you know, 30 to 40 foot faces. And just incredible timing with these guys being able to enjoy an entire playing field. It's just so fun to watch and to see the elements come together like this. It's like watching a movie or a cartoon.
Competitors will be happy about that, surfing for an hour and 15 minutes. It's been like a duel, and I've got a bomb out here. Jeez, I better take care of it. No, seriously. No, but exciting stuff. The boys are stoked. Just making sure I'm good here. And double duty. Driving and check it out and commissioning.
What can you actually see once they paddle and they disappear from view? There's nothing, right?
Well, I listen to the cheers in the crowd.
Oh,
that's
okay.
it. Yeah, and I mean, I'm trying to get angles of see him make the wave. You know, Jamie Mitchell, we heard the crowd go ballistic. And that's the exciting stuff I want to see. I mean, Mexico came out to watch this event.
And have a great view. It's like watching the Grand Prix at Monaco. Get up in a high rise. Let's take a look. There were some waves ridden. Yes, Jamie Mitchell did get another wave, but let's take a look. Strider.
Wow, look at this thing. Huge over the ledge. Rusty Long comes off the bottom, pulls into a huge barrel. You know what it looks like? It looks like when you look down over that ledge, that thing was huge. And look at this behind him. What, are you kidding me? Mid-face turn, comes up into the bowl. That's 3 turns already into the barrel, trying to make the end section. It hiccups, squashed him like a fly right there. Oh, that was radical surfing right there. Those 2 waves, looking over the edge like Rusty Long was doing, looking down into the pit of that wave. He was on the top of a 4-story building and decided not to jump and actually commit and hold the rail down into the bowl, got to the bottom, pulled up into the barrel, and unfortunately it didn't open up for him to come out. And then Jamie Mitchell behind him got up and went immediately into a down-the-line pump because he saw it lining up, and got into 2 pumps. Santa Cruz makes great stand-up paddles. So the guy's obviously got a lot of knowledge, knows what he's doing. Jamie Mitchell putting his board to the test. Look at this wave, Dave. Out the back, another wave being ridden.
Well, it looks like it is the surfer that is in blue, a goofy footer, the one lone out there, Cristian Merello. And you've got to really give it a go. You've got to see what's going to happen. But the minute you get on the wave, sometimes, if not all the time, you find yourself, you need that extra gear. You need some extra speed.
Well, right there, he got himself in a situation where he was actually in a great position if there was no foam at the bottom of the wave. But when he got into that foam, he slowed down, and it's really hard to set a rail. All that foam. See all that foam? A lot of air, a lot of water in there. So all that foam and all that air creates a separation from you, your board, and the actual water. So with that, what happens here, look, he's dropping in, goes over the ledge, pushes on that front foot, gets down. Right here, he goes to set the rail. See, he can't do it? He's not able to do it. Even grabbing the rail, he couldn't set the edge because of all that air that was underneath his board. Nick Lamb catching a wave. I think that was his first wave he's ridden in the heat so far. But back to the analysis, or the down there in the color of what's going on. You gotta hold into that bowl, into that rail, and try to drive out. And with good water, you can do it. Without nice, clear water, it's really hard to do. Here we go. Nick Lamb, first wave of the heat for him, takes off. Little ramp in, gets a couple bumps down the face. Bottom turns up into the bowl, and he's out of there before the shock wave.
You know what that was for? He wanted to get away from the crowd, and he's moving down a little bit and avoiding people. It looks like a wave just to get in and out and down and get one on the board. Let's see if he paddles back. No, he is definitely coming back towards the judges. So he is furthest north, and I like the way he's doing this move. When you find yourself behind and needing some waves, he's getting away from the crowd. 35 minutes and 8 seconds counting down. Tag Heuer. And Tag likes to say, don't crack under pressure. Don't crack under anything like that. And Nick Lamb, who has been so phenomenal the last couple of years on the Big Wave Tour, 28-year-old out of Santa Cruz, is repositioning himself, and he is a hard charger. Punta Galea a couple of years ago on a left, a perfect 10 ride, just with a lot of guts on that, and a lot of innovation the way he surfs. Jamie Mitchell, oh my, what could have been a perfect score, came in at a 9.03. Jamie, I guess it's time to come in the highest two-wave total of the entire contest at 29.03. Jamie Mitchell, animal.
Look, first pump off the top, second pump right there, third pump into the bowl, holds the rail, driving into it, trying to find the opening. That was, if he didn't have the shock wave, you saw that whitewater section, so foiling his wave, but for maneuverability, he's on a magic carpet.
Really, he definitely looks very controlled. Here we go, big long right, and this is a Cristian Merello. He is deep in the lineup. Absolutely incredible drop, but over on the corner, somebody chasing down the open face. Looks to be Corzo, and if it is Corzo, we'll never know until he pops up, and it might be 25 seconds because that was a huge wave. Next one, more opportunity here. Nick Lamb looks to get on the board by himself, drops in. Santa Cruz surfer, a high line with speed, drops to the bottom, staying low, and he goes, I'm out of here. So reading the wave really well, to live about it. There's still plenty of time, 32 minutes on the clock, but your top seed, Nick Lamb, the number 4 seed, has been very selective so far. Meanwhile, Jamie Mitchell trying to ice the deal.
Yeah, he doing some amazing wall work right there. Was Corzo. That was a crazy wave. There was a guy behind him. I'm not exactly sure who it was, but he was too deep, and he was on a one track down into to straighten out here. And then there's Nick Lamb on this one, getting out into the wall. You see that white water, so he knows that the wave's not going to work out for him. He gets up and gets out of it. Smart move right there. But right here, look, in back of him, that was Merello from Chile. So he could not have didn't commit into the bowl. This man, Corzo, picks it up off the corner where he was actually in a makeable position, pulls up into the bowl after driving off the bottom. Unfortunately, he looked like he was falling over the rail when he got into the bowl, almost maybe trying to get down the line a little too hard, but could not get there. So there you have it.
Well, Corzo is going to be, his sinuses are going to be draining salt water for weeks. He was really just engulfed. You've had that where you go down and, you know, you're dripping salt water for quite a while.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. You come in from a session like this. When you come in from even a good, you know, session on a beach break that's, you know, 5-6 feet, you're coming in, you bend over to take your booties off or put your shoes on, and then water just starts pouring out of your sinuses. You don't realize how much water gets flushed through your system when you're out there, because you're so focused on just trying to calm down, hold your breath, get through the moment, you know, all that stuff. And all.
You already know that, but you can check us out on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and go to YouTube and go to the high-def images there. Some beautiful stuff.
Well, don't go
And
anywhere after the event, because the post-show is going to be on fire. Let me tell you, you get to see every highlight from today in slow-mo. It's going to be pretty groundbreaking. I mean, this is a historical event. The waves are absolutely pumping. And we're in the final heat number 4 here at Playa Zigatela. Out in the water right now, Jamie Mitchell absolutely dominant. Really big drop to wall ride when it's about, you know, 15 to 18 feet. It's got an actual big barrel. So beautiful wave. Look at this wave coming in right now, Dave.
And Ryder is up, and it looks like, was that Oscar Moncada?
It was Nick Lamb, I think.
Nick Lamb, sorry.
In red, and that was a big wave. He got out of it just in time. I don't know, his board might not have made it back over with him, but it did. Okay, good for him, because that can be one of those things where you kick out of a wave like that, and your board doesn't make it, and you just get sucked into the impact zone by your board, underwater, come up, and the next wave takes you out. It just can create a sequence of bad events.
Well, Nick Lamb, quite the character. He'd like to thank his current sponsor, Buell, just picking him up. Buell, as Nick Lamb now, this is not his heat. Nothing's going really right for him.
No, but you saw him, you know, eject over that wave, and what I was talking about is that the board did go into the wave, went underneath into the barrel. Lucky for him. Seen some big waves go down in this heat, though. Obviously, Jamie Mitchell on some of the best waves of the day in this heat. So, you know, through the beginning of this heat, it did pulse.
Well, let's take a look. Jamie Mitchell starts things off, and what a beautiful wave.
Oh, the footstep out the end over the warble just gets hammered.
But gets some points.
Huge points.
Well, we're taking a look at the recap highlights here, and yes, we do have Jamie Mitchell up front, but everybody else has been charging like this. Jimel Corzo.
And then behind him, look at this, Jamie Mitchell on another beautiful 10-point ride. Execution off the bottom into the bowl, set the rail twice, almost went over the handlebars, regained composure, gets 10.
A lot of foamy froth and a little bit of brown on that whitewater because of the wash-throughs and the rain yesterday. Straightened things out. Corzo's not afraid to go and take the drop. Here is, I believe, Cristian Merello.
Merello getting a bomb, having to go straight, but like I said, making so many adjustments down the face of that wave.
Look at this, just a quick highline turn and just makes it look easy.
3 pumps into the barrel, are you kidding me? Thing breathes, warbles, almost makes it through. He would have had 2 10s in this heat.
And then I believe that was Rusty, maybe?
Rusty Long, just full commitment. Behind him, Merello, and then on the end, Corzo.
Well, you're not going to make them all, but you are going to be rewarded for the size of the wave and the commitment.
You could possibly think of down here, so pretty cool.
Well, we've had a pretty good audience watching. This has been a day of reckoning, a day of big waves and skill. It's not over yet. There's a couple of more minutes on the clock. It looks like Nick Lamb kind of try to jump up into a transfer spot. Nick Lamb standing tall in the barrel. And can he come out? It starts to run pretty fast. This would be amazing if he does. Lamb looking for a 9.65. He had to go for it. We're down to 48 seconds remaining. And our number 4 seed, which you would think it's going to go out there and just the waves have eluded him, and that's what a beach break can do now and then because all the skill is there. Let's take a look at what happened.
Look at this bottom turn, flowing up into it, gets the double up section, kind of styles through it. Might have wanted to be on the gas a little more right there because as it hit the sandbar, it ran off down the inside. He would have been having to go really fast right there. Definitely got steezy with it, but he needed to come out of that to even come to get that score of a 9.65. Unfortunately, coming up short, I think. But hey, Nick Lamb He'll be back swinging for the fences at the next event. Fit as a fiddle, stylish as ever. Great guy to have on the Big Wave World Tour. Nick Lamb, great representative for the youth and the movement coming up. And there you have it, Jamie Mitchell. Wow, what a performance.